Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Icewind Dale. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're chose to join me today. There's some glacier yetis. It's fine. I forgot about that. It's fine as well. As long as there are no trolls, I'm good with it. You can't go in there? Interesting. You need to go around? Sort of. I wonder if it's going to be only glacier yetis. Because if that's the case, then hopefully, well, we don't need to use the little... You see the fire thing that I am throwing? Yeah. Oh, that's a chieftain over here. Did we kill a chieftain just now? The ones up there? Yeah. Those things, those are special. They're special. They're fire. They're the minute meteors of minuteness in seconds. Let's go. I mean, it's kind of weird that English has that word that is a time, the measure of time, and a down you go, and an adjective for something that is tiny. Is this a dead end? Wow, game, you really love your dead end. Well, Baldur's Gate does it as well. I don't think they do it on purpose, though. I'm pretty sure they don't. It wouldn't make sense for them to do it on purpose, honestly, because it doesn't make sense to let there be dead ends in the game like this. But more to the point, or more importantly, it is the sort of thing that old games used to do, and nobody would care because that's just how games are. They waste your time on purpose, and I don't think the dead ends. That's my point. I don't think the dead ends. So let's not go to the basement right away. Let's go to the museum entrance. Yeah. I don't think the dead ends are wasting my time on purpose. They do waste my time, but that's, that's a side effect of them designing the levels to be pretty instead of to being levels. And they are pretty. Although I think Baldur's Gate has prettier levels. Not know you. What you want here? I'm here to see your leader. You want see Kerish? He leader. Yes, take me to see Kerish. I greet you. I am Kerish, leader of the salamanders. Who are you? I'm an adventurer. An adventurer? Forgive me, but I doubt you are an adventurer. No seeker of fortune could journey here unscathed. No, you are more than you seem. A spy, perhaps? Come to check on me? Yes, he has been known to hire those of your race. Why has he sent you? Dang it, I did it wrongly. Well, I am an adventurer. However, if you choose to believe otherwise... Very well, play your game of deception. But know you this? I know your master. In time, I will have an answer. If not from you, then him. So tell me, why are you here? I would ask you some questions. Then ask, who are you again? I am Kerish, leader of the salamanders, as you well know. I don't know it very well. What are you doing here? What do you mean? I am awaiting orders as instructed and nothing else. Why do you ask? Has someone reported... This is getting annoying, isn't it? I'm sorry. Has someone reported otherwise? Am I suspected of something? What, you seem nervous. Why? Of course I am nervous. I know who you serve and therefore have good reason to be. Can we get on with your questioning? Yes. I have come seeking the one in charge. Ah, I see. Well, Craig Frostbeard is dead. His son Joril now rules. I did nothing to aid the son in killing his father, I assure you. So he killed his father. Very well. Where can I find Joril? In the ice caverns to the southwest, of course. Southwest? I thought they were to the northeast. The fool sits upon his father's throne with impudence. Sick him there. You deny aiding Joril in the killing of his father. Why should I care if you did? HMPH? It is well known that the master chooses his lieutenants himself. Joriel's actions could be deemed treason. I want it understood by you and your master that I had no part in the matter. Point taken, suppose. Why are there dead bodies strewn around here? I didn't see any. The slaves, they revolted. We had to slay most of them, but a few managed to escape on to the level below. So apparently there has been a slave revolution amongst the frost salamanders. How did they manage to escape you? The room below suddenly became too hot to bear. We had to flee back here or perish. In the confusion that followed, the slaves bolted for the stairs. A few made it, but their freedom, he does air quotes, will not last. They are trapped down there. How so? The exit to the surface is locked, so they have nowhere to run. But also, they have no supplies, nor do they have the means to gather any, since I have trolls patrolling the glacier. Eventually, they will starve or return to us. All we have to do is wait. HMM. It occurs to me that I could use your aid in this matter. No, I will kill you. I will kill you. Those trolls you mentioned attacked me on the way here. My apologies. They are not the most intelligent or observant of creatures. It is possible they mistook you for an escaped slave. I'll be going. Very well. You are my guest. Feel free to look around. You will find nothing out of place here. Then I will say farewell for now. And I like that it says for now there. What? Oh, we're taking damage from being here. Possibly from auras. Yeah. Yeah, it says farewell for now, which might mean that we will come back. Especially if we talk to the slaves and they're like, "Hey, we're slaves." And I'm like, "Yes, I know." "So kill them." "Yes." And then we come back and kill them. This frozen pool contains a giant squid. Looking at the creature, you can see how tales of sea monsters get started. Yes, it's not from squids. It's from whales. That's where they get started. Although it is also some people hypothesize that it might be from. So this is back to outside. Yeah. That it might actually be from giant squids that attack. You know, the octopus monsters and stuff, the krakens and whatnot. These things have auras, I'm pretty sure. I'm just pretty sure that a lot of the actual evidence of people hunting sea monsters, in finding the sea monsters that we have, because of course, you know, people have captured sea monsters throughout the history, but most of the records just either hint or actively show that it's there's nothing here. That it's whales. They find whales and sea lions. Sea lions, famously, well, I say famously, but those one in particular, the sea lions in particular, are very likely to be the origin of mermaids. The origin of mermaids, or the tales of mermaids, or some of the tales anyway. Because they do look like people when looking from afar, and they're voluptuous, and so, yeah, you know, it's voluptuous. And, oh, look at that! That's a large lass right there. And so, ooh, Vera in here. Hopefully we won't take much more damage. Menahara is still taking damage. Yeah, it is aura, so it's not just because everything is frozen in here. Even though everything is frozen. Excuse me. By every god and his mother. You're the last... Wait, what? Whose mother? What the hell is she talking about? Is she saying that there's like a... What? Whose mother is it? Because it's not by every god and their mother. It's like she... I don't know. It's the mother of someone. By every god and the mother, maybe. You're the last thing I expected to see. Step around the corner. Who are you? I am a friend. Really? Mind telling me how you got past the salamanders? Well, their leader thinks that I'm a spy sent to check on him. I did nothing to convince him otherwise. I see. Well, if I were you, I would continue with that deception. It could save your life here. And also the, the game, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be... This is one of those games where you break quests and cannot proceed if you do things out of order. Because we haven't had too many options. Or any option. No, we did have some options, but it's just the Baldur's Gate 1 style options a lot of the time. Although Baldur's Gate does have more options than just those options, which is, you know, be nice or be evil towards the people, the person that you're eventually gonna kill anyway. So yeah. May I ask you some questions? I don't know. I would like to trust you, but I'm not sure that I can. You need to place your trust in someone. Life lessons here. Why not try me? That's the flimsiest of arguments. Very well. Ask what you will. That is the weakest argument in the world. My God, it's like, you need to trust people. Don't you trust anyone? Why won't you trust me? Since you trust anybody, you know. Do you trust your mother? Yes, I do. Well, why not trust me as well? I mean, just you're just like, right? Anyway, who are you? My name is Vera Els. Okay. What are you doing here? Well, I guess it's rather obvious that I'm hiding from the salamanders. I'll thank you for not mentioning having seen me. What did you do? That's nothing that should concern you, and it's not a matter that I'll discuss with strangers. I've nothing more to say on the subject. We found a woman named Vera hiding in the museum. She will not tell us why she is hiding. She asked us not to mention having found her. That's weird. We will not mention having found her. But she might also be bad. Can you tell me anything about this place? All I can tell you is what you can see for yourself. It's some sort of aquatic museum. It makes no sense to me. Even though it clearly makes some sense, because she just said what it was. I think something more than what it is doesn't make any sense to her. Maybe having an aquatic museum doesn't make any sense. But that's like saying... That's like going up to a pool full of I don't know, some really, really specific liquid. It's like, I don't know, hydrogen. A pool full of hydrogen. Let's go with that. Liquid hydrogen, because... Oh, wait, nitrogen? Is it the liquid nitrogen? Yes, that's the one that people use. Hydrogen can be liquid, but it's not the one that I was thinking of. Liquid hydrogen. Yeah, you go up to a pool full of liquid nitrogen, and you ask somebody who's there, what is this? And they tell you, well, it's a pool full of liquid nitrogen. It makes no sense to me. Then you know that they're talking about why would somebody put liquid nitrogen in the pool. Not necessarily that they don't understand what liquid nitrogen is or what a pool is, which could also be the case. So, yeah, it's... okay, well, I noticed there are dead bodies strewn about. I really enjoy that word, strewn. I'm using it a lot in this particular level. Can you tell me what happened? The salamanders keep slaves. The slaves revolted, and I guess some of them were killed. She told us the salamanders kept slaves. The bodies were the slaves. Were you a part of the revolt, Vera? That's nothing that should concern you. Okay, she was. Why is she being... I mean, she doesn't trust me, I suppose. So, yeah. I don't think I can do anything else here. She's an escaped slave. She's going to be seen by the frost... Oh my god, she's actually going to be seen by the frost salamanders. It's... I thought it was scripted. You know, that as soon as we talk to her, a salamander comes in and sees, oh, we have found her. Arr, arr. But no, that was not to be. There's also a dead salamander over there, strewn about... No, you can't Straw? What does that... What the hell does that mean, even? Strewn means... It's just a specific word. It's not a derived word. I think it might have something to do with throw. But, yeah, strewn is just scattered. I think. Strewn about, anyway. And so you can't scatter a single corpse. You need to scatter multiple things. I mean, you can scatter parts of the corpse, obviously, and then the corpse would be scattered, but it would also be an implicit thing that it would be scattered. So, this is open. That's a bit of a surprise. This panel has several rows of indicators, some of which pulsate with a soft glow. To each side of the panel are large tanks connected by a series of pipes. Two of the leftmost tanks glow with warmth. The remaining tanks appear to be non-functional. Don't know what to say about that. It could be the freezing. I mean, this is a glacier. Probably they don't need it to freeze this stuff. Oh, there's a thing that I missed. Absolutely missed over here. A very tiny staircase next to the body of a goblin? Gnome, I should say. Halfling, potentially? Child. It could be. I don't know. Man, you guys take forever to move. So it's only these things that actually do damage to me. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We got slaves down here. They don't have names, the slaves don't. We have somebody named Soth back there. Let's go there. Okay, line of sight is not an issue. Let's see what we have here. Hundreds of books line these shelves. Most of them appear weather damaged and ready to crumble. They're weather damaged. In here. I mean, they're not weather damaged. They appear weather damaged. That's what's going on. This central location appears to have been a meeting area. The furnishings are still in good condition, but a bit cold to the touch. Yes? My name is Soth. Is there something I can help you with? May I ask you some questions? Certainly. What do you want to know? Who are you again? My name is Soth. No last name. Just Soth. Or no first name, I suppose. Could be either way. Why is that? It's a custom of my people. A man earns his last name rather than having it given to him. I haven't earned my name yet. Interesting custom. Where are you from? I hail from a small village outside of Acne. Orkney? Orkney, yes. I think we go there in Baldur's Gate. It's a little island. Is it a little island? Orkney is located at it's not the Orkneys. That might be what I'm thinking of. I'm not even joking. That's islands in the northeast of Great Britain. The Orkneys located at the other end of the spine of the world mountains. Anyway, my village is a small place. I don't think it's made it on the maps yet. Okay. What are you doing here? Well, I fancy myself to be a bit of a scholar, so I'm trying to go through some of these books and learn a bit about this place. Have you had any luck? Yes, it's hard reading, but I've pieced a few things together. What have you learned? It seems that this entire complex is a temple dedicated to Dagmaren Brightmantle. I'm not familiar with that name. Who is he? Who is he? I ask, as my voice breaks. From what I can gather, he is the dwarven god of scholars, inventors, and explorers. He's not well known and frowned upon by some of the other gods. He's actively frowned upon. It's not the worshipping of him that's frowned upon. It's him that's frowned upon by the other gods. So you can imagine the pantheon of gods, wherever they are. Though they're all in their respective planes, naturally. But still, they're all together, like living together and just being like, hey, how's it going? How's it going? Good morning. And doing their daily stuff and whatnot. And then whenever this, what's his name? I mean, with a name like that. Oh, it's a dwarven god. That's why he has a name like that. But the Dagmaren Brightmantle just passes by, and the other gods are just frowning at him, up on him, in fact, because they need to be up, further up, because I suppose frowned upon. No, frowned upon can only mean you can't frown upon anyone. You can frown at people, but when it's frowning upon something, it implies upon does mean up, being up, but it implies that sort of it's that you're talking about a sentiment or an action or something metaphysical rather than actual. Don't frown upon pencils, even though you can frown upon pencils, but that's sort of a non-literal way of talking about it. You're implied that you frown upon having pencils, not the actual objects. Or maybe you frown upon the concept of pencils existing, but not the actual objects. You can frown at the actual objects. They, Soth says, consider him to be a bit whimsical, I guess you'd say. Anyway, Dagmaran felt that the dwarves should get out and explore the world more. But yes, that would be whimsical indeed. I see. What can you tell me about? What else can you tell me about this place? A brilliant architect known as Alkonos the Visionary built this complex. He was a devout follower of Dagmaran and took offense that his deity had no formal temple. So he petitioned the king and was granted permission to construct one. During the construction, he became known as Alkonos the Mad instead of the Visionary. Why did they call him that? Well, apparently, most of the dwarves wanted to just bore a tunnel through this glacier and build a small temple in the mountains on the other side. Alkonos would hear nothing of it. Instead, he began construction of on a grandiose scale. And here is the result. So because he built a big temple, he's the mad? That sounds like overreaching. Sounds like he's not telling the whole story, really. If the dwarves thought him mad, why did they not stop him? Oh, they tried. Now, I may not have the lineage exactly right, but it appears that Alkonos was related to the king at the time. He was either a nephew or a cousin. I don't know which. In any case, the king couldn't admit that one of his relatives was a brick shy upstairs, if you know what I mean. It would be a bad reflection on him. So, what are you doing here? And that's the... No, I need to talk to... It's the other questions. How did you come to be here, Soth? I was on my way from Orkney to East Haven. Raiders waylaid the caravan I was with, and I was knocked unconscious. When I awoke, I was here. I've never heard of Orkney. Orkney is located... Yes, we have talked about that. Have you examined most of the books here? Yes, I have. It didn't take as long as you would think, because most of them are so damaged as to be unreadable. It's a shame, too, because the few that are readable are excellent works on dwarven engineering, which implies that the other ones would also be, unless you're just particularly lucky, and all the other ones would be the bad ones. Anyway, farewell, Soth. Have fun doing your thing. There's passages everywhere, and they're not marked on the map, and that is very worrisome, because I miss them if they're not marked on the map. I miss them even if they are marked on the map. Gareth is a person back here. Let's have a chat with Gareth.
Greetings, I am Gareth. Oh my, you are armed and armored. Have you come to return us to slavery?
No, I am not here to enslave you.
Thank the gods, and the mother of the other person as well. Then perhaps you would agree to help us. We are in a desperate situation.
What is wrong?
The people you see here are all slaves. Recently, we escaped our masters and fled here to this room.
Who enslaved you?
I believe they are called frost salamanders. They have humanoid torsos, reptilian heads, and serpentine tails. They have an aura of cold about them and seem to thrive here in the glacier.
I see. So how did you manage to escape?
That is a long tale. Will you listen?
Yes, please, because this is an RPG and I like long dialogues.
Very well.
Well, I don't like overly verbose dialogues, but you know, old school games they knew what they were doing. Some modern games, they don't know as much, but the dialogue is all very effective. It tells the story. It tells so much story that it even omits parts of the story. Like the last dialogue there, I went on a ramble about. You heard me go on a ramble. What I mean to say is that the dialogue is so efficient that it leads me to other conclusions that aren't explicitly stated in the dialogue, like the thing about the books being lucky or something.
Very well. We were held captive in the building directly above this one. It appears to be some sort of museum. There are numerous display cases showing specimens of aquatic life, all of which have succumbed to the cold of the glacier and frozen solid. Possibly the other way around. Because they died. Anyway. So if your former masters are so close, why do they not just come and get you? The temperature here is hot enough to cause them pain, and thus they shun this place.
I see. Go on.
There was one room within the museum the salamanders avoided, and we were ordered never to enter there. So basically, we began to wonder why. We did our best to try and sneak in to see what it was the salamanders feared, but with little success. Finally, a woman named Vera managed to do it.
What did she find there?
Ancient machinery, really old stuff, most of it in ruin. However, there was one device that emitted a soft glow and warmth. Vera realized that the warmth must be why the salamanders avoided the area. Very simple, yes. She also concluded the displays of the museum had not always been frozen. Perhaps this machinery was what kept the cold at bay in the past. Interesting conclusion. Please continue. Interesting conclusion, and also his own character, or he's written as somebody who's sort of leading you on in telling a story rather than actually telling what happened, because he's leading with a conclusion here. She found one device that emitted a soft glow and warmth. Exclamation mark, in fact, but let's ignore the exclamation mark because that's even more indicting. He's leading with a conclusion because she having found that is the conclusion. Because he could have said she found a device that was big and green, or had a lot of lamps, which is the thing that I remember the most, honestly. But no, she realized that it was because of the soft glow and warmth. And he actually only says warmth, but still, the point is, he's leading with a conclusion and he's telling a story. And he's written like that. Now, I don't know if that's characterization, or if that's just because, the writer of the game also was telling a story when they wrote this. But still, please continue. Vera felt that this was the chance of a lifetime. There was no way to know if either she or anyone else would ever gain access to that room again, so she decided to take action. She began to fiddle with dials and knobs until suddenly an indicator began to pulse with a steady light. At once the room filled with a warm glow and the hum of power. The hum of power? I mean, I understand what you mean, but that's because I have heard engines in my life, in electricity. Quietly, she returned to tell us of her discovery. I see. What happened next? At first, nothing. For days we waited, always expecting the temperature to rise, but it never did. We had finally given up hope when just yesterday a commotion started and the salamanders fled this room in a flurry of confusion. Vera saw this as our one chance at freedom. We could not allow the salamanders time to reorganize and cut off our access to this room. So she yelled for all of us to run to the stairs that led here. Many died in the attempt. We are the few who survived. If only Vera were here. Well done, I will tell you about Vera. Now, what is this desperate situation you said you were in? We have no food or water. We are in the heart of enemy lands. We will surely die if we stay here. The maddening thing is we have discovered another exit that leads back to the surface, but it is locked, and we do not have the key. It's probably in the hands of the salamanders. Yes, we believe that Kerish, their leader, has the key. Will you recover it for us? Yes, I will try to find this key for you. Your bravery and compassion are beyond compare. I do not know what to say other than thank you, which seems hardly enough when under the circumstances. Please recover the key quickly. Our fate is in your hands. I will. Farewell. Also, I can't tell you about Vera. Well, that's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. It's also unfortunate that we're out of time for the day. So for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Icewind Dale. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.